Okay, everybody, welcome back. I want to talk to you today. I very rarely get too excited about guns that are anointed as the hot coolness, or the cool hotness, or the big sexy, or whatever you want to call that. Now, I was late to the party, but in December of 2020, I decided to check out the Sig P365. Now today, in 2021, these hands, while I can shoot the P365, the P365 is, I mean, look how small it is. It can hold 12, 15 round magazines. It's infinitely easy to conceal. There's a couple of things I don't like about it, and that has to do more with this than it does with this. So Sig did a great job with this, but it is, you know, when they got out there and labeled it the P365, this is supposed to be a gun you can carry all 365 days of the year. In the 1980s and 1990s, I'd have been all over this. This would have been my carry gun all the time. But in 2021, not so much so, just because of this hand. This hand is very arthritic. It seems nice and supple, but it is not. But I mean, the gun was cool. The gun is very capable. The gun is very well put together. It is definitely a win, without a doubt. But it is not for me. Maybe for you. And if it is, and that's what you want to carry, by all means, carry that gun, carry that P365. So we come to 2021 with the new coolness, and Walther. I've owned one Walther pistol in my life. It was the first gun I bought when I was overseas in 1984. I bought a Walther PP super gun, and they called it 9mm Kurtz overseas. It was actually a used Polizei weapon. The rounds it shot were so slow you could watch them out the corner in the periphery of your eye going down range. It was sort of weird, but it was a good gun. It still functioned flawlessly and I mean, I paid $80 for it then, and I think I sold it for $100, so I was making money. And since then, never owned a Walther. But now comes the PDP. I've heard a lot of definitions of what PDP stands for. Performance Defense Pistol, Precision Defense Pistol. Let's just put it this way. I think this is designed as a carry gun, service gun, and to that end, I get it. It has what is referred to as a performance duty trigger, which is very crisp and very precise. And the one thing about it, though, the one thing about this trigger that makes it interesting is, unlike other triggers, this is with it in battery. When you pull it, it pops back, and then, even though it's on an empty chamber, it looks like it's in battery. So that means when you pick it up, you're going to be doing one of those numbers, if you need to know. That was interesting. That first realization. The next thing is what they refer to as the super terrain serrations. And you see, I don't know if you can tell it from here, but it actually gets wider here for these serrations. And these serrations are huge. They're gigantic. It looks like you could stick you can definitely run this off of anything that you need to get that slide to cycle. Not a bad little option. Not a bad little option at all to have. This, the grip texture, when Salient Arms was one of my sponsors, and they sent me a Glock one time after they had done this stipple job on it, I was like, this is the greatest texture I've ever felt in my life. Likewise, the same with Agency Arms, which turned out was actually doing the stuff for Salient Arms. And nowadays, I'm seeing a lot of these striker-fired pistol makers, they've gotten into the game to where you don't really have to do a lot, but then we have this. This is called Performance Duty Texture. And this is really nice. It's sort of a finely put together. It has a couple of attributes in the grip, like it has a little shelf here to where you don't inadvertently hit the magazine release. Fairly well done. Now they have this. They have this. This is referred to, when in the description on their website, they refer to this as your red dot ergonomic. Now I don't understand about the red dot ergonomic. What they're saying is if you grip with your pinky, which I don't have a red dot on this yet, but if you grip with your pinky and you stick it out there, you're going to be in line with that red dot. And that may very well be true because their red dot ready plate is cut deep into the slide. So it's going to be low on that bore axis. And that's always a good thing. Red dot ergonomics. Red dot ready, of course, that goes without saying. We're going to talk about my one shortcoming I see with their red dot ready part of it. And that's just more of an opinion of mine than anything else. And then modularity. Now, supposedly, with the entire PDP line, you can take this slide and put it on a PDP compact, or the 4-inch, or the 4.5-inch. This is the 5-inch. And conversely, you can do that with this, and I guess you would have a dust cover sticking out that much or something if you like that aesthetic. I do like the modularity part. I think I prefer Sig's version of modularity more so than this, unless they come out with something a little bit different. But they had a 4-inch, a 4.5-inch, and a 5-inch, and I picked the 5-inch simply because I wanted to see how the full-size pistol worked. This is surprisingly lightweight. It's surprisingly lightweight, so shooting and presentation is a breeze. Carrying it is a breeze. So the modularity part I liked. Now, two things. Two things I don't understand about Walther. With Walther, if you decide to put a red dot on it, you contact them and you let them know which red dot you want to put on it, and then they will send you the adapter plate to go on it. Now, Walther is a fine, venerable European brand, and you know, I look at it the same way I look at H&K, Sig, CZ. Very well thought out, craftsmanship, workmanship, that kind of thing. However, this is what you get with a Glock MOS. You get 4 plates for 4 different kinds of optics that comes with the gun, and it's a Glock. The other thing that to me, that's almost like an unforced error on their part. And their mil-spec one, if you want to buy it from them, they'll send you a plate, the first plate for free. But if you want the mil-spec plate, they're going to send it to you, and it's actually going to come from C&H Precision. So I'll probably just get in the car and go to C&H Precision when I get a dot for this, and just let them do it. Let them work it. The other thing is that because of its weight and because of its ergos, I can see carrying this gun. Except with any gun that I own, with any semi-automatic gun, I want to have a minimum of 5 mags to go with it. And they ship with 1 spare mag and 1 mag. So they ship with 2 overall. And that wouldn't be so bad, except right now there's no spares to be had. No, you know, Gun Mag Warehouse, any of the other places I normally go, they don't have any spare mags out there. Having said that, I find that to be a little bit of a downer. When I took it out and shot it, I was disappointed because I was thinking to myself, this shoots fine. This shoots great. We're going to talk about the hotness, coolness part in just a second. But I can't build this out. I can't turn this into a duty gun. I can't put this on my gun belt. I could get a holster to fit it, but I mean, 1 spare mag is not going to do it. But I'm going to find a way around that one. I have decided to hang on to it. I've gotten rid of so many guns over little quirks that well, I'm just tired of losing money. But we took this to the range, and the range manners of this gun, and just like with the FN 509, I shot this on the same day as the FN 509, and the Chambers Custom Night Stalker, which that was a big mistake to shoot anything else with the Night Stalker. The Night Stalker is just so much above any other pistol that's out there today. I was not expecting, you know, all these people to talk about the trigger and everything else. I was not expecting anything great out of it because that wheel, you know, can only be tweaked so many ways. But I was pleasantly surprised with this. The way the gun shot, the range manners of it, the controllability of it. I expected it to be a little snappier than it was because I was shooting 9mm NATO, which is the same thing as sort of a 9mm plus P. And that didn't work out that way. It was, I had a little bit of muzzle rise, but like I said, this is such a light gun, comparatively speaking. Plus you have a longer slide that's giving you a little more mass as it's coming back. So I sort of expected it to maybe feel a little bit different as far as more muzzle rise. It feel, you know, more of a feeling of muzzle rise than I actually got out of it. It does have a pretty high bore axis, and if you're one of these people like me that carries a CZ, which has a really low bore axis, this is a bit of an adjustment, but I don't know. Where it's clocking in as far as its price, like $650, $600. This is a pretty good gun. This is an excellent buy. And the only two things that I find fault with, despite all, and you know, look at the way it shoots on the range. Look at the way it handles itself. Walther, give us more get some magazines so we can get some magazines. And throw some plates in. Throw some plates in. Don't let somebody like Glock outdo you. If this is a gun you're considering, no problems. None from me. I mean, this is a gun I would carry. No problem. Even in its full 5-inch size because of the weight, even with it loaded, it still maintains its balance and everything else. It doesn't become bottom heavy or anything else. It surprised me. Surprised me. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it. And with that, I'm just going to go away.